Hi everyone, my name is Lori, and I'm going to be talking to you about metafiction. First, we'll identify what it is, then we'll identify where you will find metafictive characteristics, elements, and various devices. In metafiction, the work draws attention to itself as a work of imagination. It forces the reader to be aware that they are reading a fictional work, and it involves the voices of the characters, the author, and often the reader as well. Here are a few of the characteristics of metafictive picture books that we're going to take a look at. Some of these characteristics certainly show up in the work of Vivian Schwartz. Let's take a look at There Are Cats in this book, where the narrator and characters take over. The cats talk to each other, the cats talk to the reader, they ask for assistance, they include the reader in their fun, and at the end, the narrator addresses the reader directly. There are also unexpected changes in layout. The reader is alerted to a change when the story suddenly mentions a goldfish. The reader is asked to turn the page and the water comes pouring in. Let's take a look at another one of Vivian Schwartz's books. There are no cats in this book. I think the irony of the title speaks for itself. There is definitely indeterminacy as the cats set out on their adventure to see the world. Metafiction is fun and silly. It can surprise you by doing something completely different than you expected. It is interactive, disrupts normal patterns, and makes you think about many possibilities. We've defined metafiction, identified some characteristics, and located some examples in a couple of metafictive picture books. Now let's look at how postmodernism ties in. Postmodern literature is often characterized by the use of metafiction devices such as unreliable narration, self-reflexivity, and intertextuality. It finds fun, unique, unexpected, and creative ways to change perspective, empower autonomy, bridge gaps, challenge the status quo, question the truth, and provides an imaginative space for voice. In postmodern metafiction, we might find a book that seeks interaction with the reader, a story about a writer creating a story about a reader reading a book, or a story in which the readers of the story itself force the author to change the story. You might also find a book in which the book itself seeks interaction with the reader, a story that features itself, a story containing another work of fiction within itself, a story in which the characters are aware that they are in a story, or a story that addresses the conventions of story, such as the title, the character conventions, or plots. The final picture book we'll look at is there a dog in this book? And in this third book, the cats are back, and they have found someone else. In this book, the cats learn some important lessons. They step out of their comfort zones, they challenge the status quo, they face their fears, they learn the problem with stereotyping, and they make a new friend. Postmodern metafiction is a useful and effective tool in increasing reading engagement, process, and understanding.